Same as a skin, but it's slightly shiny. Yeah.
So if we need to purchase, we can get it from.
Yeah, we just make the mentioned by Monday, we will have the whole series after this.
Works with 5G, you're saying.
And beyond.
And every day and night.
Ideally. Because when you're sleeping, you're still hit by 5G. Okay. Yeah, this is interesting. Good. Okay. Remember, the system protect the thing hitting you. But when you are wearing, it works both. It acts as a firewall regulating the field. But when you are in contact with the skin, it's regulating your internal rhythm. When you are in distress, it becomes a mini battery charger. Like what I faced during the attack. After 15 minutes, I know I'm going to lose because I'm trapped in that field. When I hold it, the field stops. I let go the field spin. So now I know I have to hold, but I don't know how long. Within half an hour, I gathered enough energy to move away from my counseling room, the house, go to the toilet, and I stand there and I push it out. Yeah, and after push out, she arrived, she saw me, it's like a piece of paper. So it took me another 15 minutes.
It was a spiritual attack.
You put my whole power plant.
It was a spiritual attack, yeah.
Almost 11 that day. Yeah. So you can say that this is example. You bruise yourself. Okay, the worst is you put your finger in the car door and you slam the car. This is the blue black one. So all you need to do is just put it for about half an hour. Usually 99% no blue black. Oh no, the pain will start subsiding. You know why? When we get the bruise, the electrical potential collapse. So when the potential collapse with sodium potassium hit, the water flood the cell, creating the bruise. So when you put this, it's like a miniature power plant.
Hi, Veron.
Of the cell for a short while, preventing from water gushing in, resulting in the bruise not happening. Yes. Okay. Your sleep. When I draw two double, yeah, means that there is a 4-line vortex, means 4 cross. Yeah, 1 line, 2 line, 3 line, 4 line.
Hi, Vasanti. Hi. Do you want to test?
I need to test my slides and you make me
Slides, yeah.
Not perfect cross. Right. So
I put you the co-host ready.
oh, okay.
This is super damaging. Okay. Yes. Remember, when you have a 4-line vortex in the home, it's no more about shifting the bed. Yeah. Just like when the 4-line is right at the main door. That's why
Hold on.
Okay, good.
Husband, business, the personal life, that's good.
Background is very noisy though.
Yeah, we just had our training.
If your house is
Oh, okay.
Workshop.
so you're in that damaging situation. And this
I'll have to leave by
7:30.
Sorry about that.
7:30, no problem. You do your presentation, after that you quietly leave. Yeah, no problem. Okay, now I need to see how to.
Last night when I sent the signal from my computer to all the 53 family, what happened? I technically I hacked into your house. Okay, let me put it try to know how. I give you an example. It's not that I want to tell. How does the phone work? How does the phone send the signal out? How does the TV work?
I have a book that explains it, but
Yes.
I don't understand.
Yes. So, you see,
So I can give you the book.
yeah. So that's why you see, I can your logical, I mean, even already I just explained and I will demonstrate it, and we still ask the same question. Then I'm asking again, is when we buy a phone, when we buy a car, when we buy a computer, yeah, we just want to learn how to use it for the function. But if you are a quantum physicist, you are a feng shui master, okay, now we sit down. You know why? Because we are on the same platform.
Can you hear?
Yes.
Can you hear?
Your religion.
No, sound, the background sound better.
Very soft.
Right.
You may
I
want
can't hear.
You can hear?
the 3 days, you will dive deep into it. After the 3 days, you won't ask the single question. Because 3 days.
But it's very loud here.
Yours also want more text.
I can hear Michael's voice more than I
Huh?
can hear Michael.
You can hear Michael's voice.
Yeah, I can hear Michael's voice.
Again, the same.
I cannot hear Mira's voice.
No matter how you do it,
You can't hear Mira's voice.
Yeah.
You can't hear the video at all.
No.
Oh dear.
these are wrong, but not big.
So now how?
The video that side you must do the audio, the sound.
Already maximum. The volume is at maximum.
Audio is the
As I say,
there's one who did the so-called as video before, right? Who did
Mira.
Oh, Mira is the one.
Yeah.
Oh, Mira is the one who did the
yeah,
video.
sometimes you not like the girl.
Because she can't attend today.
Happen her room.
But
Can you hear?
no, nothing.
You can't hear nothing. You hear nothing.
I hear nothing.
Yeah, me too. I cannot hear anything.
You can't hear as well. Oh dear. Then how?
You present the time, right? You present the time, right? You present the time, right? You open the script, right? There's a small button, right? At the beside the one that you pick up the video.
Pick up the video.
Yeah, then you click
Level 1.
the sound system that you want. When you share system, when you share the video, when you share screen, okay, then there's a small button. Share sound screen.
At the mute there, is it?
No. Because when you share the share screen that time, right, at the bottom, share screen, right?
Yeah.
After that, there's a whole that you put
Audio setting.
no, when you share screen, okay. When you share screen, or can you show me your desktop?
I'm showing you now. What do you see?
No, when you share screen, okay. Then when you share screen below the share screen, right, there's a small little box, right? They ask you to share the sound of this screen as well.
Always a 3-part format. One, the other one is right.
Have or not?
这个你会吗？They can't hear the sound.
Oh, shall I take picture for you and show you? Oh, no, not adjust from here one.
No, adjust from here. No, adjust from where?
Adjust from the share screen. You click the share screen.
Where's the share screen?
You exit from here because now you're sharing the screen already.
Oh, click stop share.
Okay, then you click the share screen.
Click the share screen then.
Okay, desktop, right? Okay, you click the one that you want. Then there's a small button that says share screen sound, right?
Okay, now I try.
Share screen
Can you hear now?
No.
Okay, still cannot hear. Then
Share
where?
screen sound.
Share screen sound.
Yes. When you share the one that you pick, right? Then there's a small little button at the bottom.
Yeah, I click already, right?
Share screen sound.
Okay.
Ah,
And an American author, Stephen Cotton,
yes. Can hear this.
we most love converts us into the best possible
Okay.
version of ourselves.
Okay.
And that
Okay, very
Next time it's got video, you use like that.
potential.
Okay,
The
understand.
urge to
And now you
explore
learn something
potential
new.
speak becomes a feverish dream.
Okay, we will
I see whether can hear Mira's voice or not first.
okay, one more time, huh?
Ah,
Good evening, everyone.
can
This is
hear.
Mira, your flow and nirvana breathing teacher.
Okay, very good. That's why everything must test one. Cannot play. Okay, good. So now we can admit them.
Can already?
Yeah, it's already 6:45.
I mean, everybody in already. I thought only Versati. Yeah.
Vasanti come in first, and then Ujiwala is coming in. Michael is here with me already.
They still have
Don will come in late. Nico will come in late.
oh, the other two will come in late.
Yeah. So Ujiwala must come in first.
Okay, can.
Wait, let me check with Ujiwala. Is she
No. You not follow the movie. It's like that. Imagine the very tight grip you stand inside.
You make me co-host already.
Yeah, I make you co-host.
You have to sleep like that. You cannot sleep.
Are you co-host?
Yes.
Okay.
So Vasanti will start first, right? Then we admit them in now.
Yeah, we will start with Vasanti, then Ujiwala.
Okay, we'll do. I had myself first.
You'll have to mute yourself around when we speak.
Vasanti, I think you have to speak louder.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have to go near because they always say cannot hear you.
Is that so?
Okay, I tell you what. You go to the Zoom, right? Zoom.
Yeah.
Okay. Then there's just now you go to that one, the Zoom that one. You tell her. I teach you one system, Zoom system.
Okay.
System. Okay. Then you unclick the button of using the.
Click which one?
That means okay. You see the Zoom. Okay. Then there's a audio, right?
The settings, is it?
Speaker and test your audio.
Once the most it doesn't work, just say I just lost.
Okay. Okay, then you don't use the auto one. Then you extend your volume all the way to the end.
I go to settings, is it?
Audio setting.
I like what I teach you.
Can you hear me?
Veronica?
Are you
Now louder, a bit louder.
okay now?
Yes, better. The last time you were too soft.
Okay.
Okay, now
Okay,
it's
very nice.
okay
Now you are very loud.
Okay, I admit them in already.
Okay. Michael, you are going to start, huh? You are going to start. You.
Yeah, Varun, so the background noise is noisy, so
I know. We are having a workshop here.
you can just mute yourself so talking.
Yeah. They are leaving soon.
Actually, if you all look at it,
Hi everyone.
almost everyone within affordability.
Oh, Ujiwala.
When I got a chance, I will ask the Lord to
Yeah.
Hi Ujiwala.
help to come and share because you can only use people because what we have gone through.
Today is a closing.
Possible
Today is a closing.
for it to go for it. But if it's we are Malaysian, if we are Chinese, they don't think.
Your place?
Singaporeans, we try to find another possibility, but knowing that the Greek is no way, no matter how we
We are just doing a summary, right? Oh.
Yes. It's just a closing. So we just have a summary, and then after that, up to them to. Since you are not around, then let them ask other speakers question.
Sure.
Okay, hi everybody.
we have people who suffer insomnia 30 years.
Thank you for coming to close the session today, a 21-day sleep challenge. Today is the last day. Today is a closing day. So we have all the speakers, except for Mira. Mira did a video. Later we are going to share the video. All right, Michael, you have to come here already. We are all starting here. Everybody say our place so noisy now. He's surrounded by all the women. Okay, is there any question for Vasanti? Because we're going to leave early. Okay, whoever is in the room right now, do you have any question for Vasanti? You can unmute yourself or you can make use of the chat. Hi, everybody. Did you enjoy your 21 days so far? I'm sure you all learned a lot, yeah? Okay, do you have any questions for Vasanti? Because Vasanti is the first speaker and also she has something on, so she's leaving early.
I know.
They probably have to be those who attended my talk.
Oh yeah, we have about 50 over people attended your talk. But at that on that day got so many questions, yeah?
Yeah. You know, Candy was sweet. You posted all the questions and answers.
Because as long as you're out of this.
It's a very deep topic. It's very interesting. I mean, I just love Ayurveda. I find it very fascinating. Yeah.
Okay, do you have any question for Vasanti? Do you have any question for Vasanti? Or do you have any questions for any of the speakers? You can type in the chat box.
Yeah. Or if
So we can address all your questions as much as possible.
or you can share your experience about.
Yes, your 21-day experience.
Yes.
Anybody want to share? Anybody want to share your experience the last 21 days? Did you benefit so far? And we only organize once a year. Huh? Whoever didn't take part, they have to wait for one whole year. All right, any question? Any question? No? We just had our workshop here at Adelphi this morning at 11 o'clock. And now the second session just came in at 6:30 p.m. I mean 3:30 p.m. and finished at 6:30. Now they are still asking questions. So busy in the shop here. They're all having a lot of fun.
You're having another round?
Oh yeah, we are having Monday 3 sessions and then 29 another 2 sessions. So it's back to back. Yeah, and each session 3 hours.
Okay.
To learn in 3 hours.
True. So much to learn.
Yeah. Okay, do you have any questions? Yeah.
He mentioned, Michael mentioned something about similar to Vastu, you know. Vastu is also from Ayurveda.
I can't hear you, Vasanti.
Is it? Can you hear me?
Now a bit better. Yeah.
Because he mentioned in his talk that what he's doing is similar to Vastu.
Oh, yeah.
So Ayurveda, Vastu is the Ayurveda aspect of that whole energy, where you place your house, you know, the position. And I think all cultures have this.
Yes. But Michael one is more scientific. Scientific in the sense that it is all about physics, it's all about geometry, it's all about science. So he's able to use a tool to measure. So using a tool to measure become quantifiable.
Okay.
Yeah. So when it's becoming quantifiable, it's no more superstition. It's no more it is no more a mystery.
Yes.
It is a science. Yeah.
So what would you measure with the tools?
The tool is to measure where is the vortex in your house. So when you're sleeping on the vortex, it's like whole night you're having the earth doing acupuncture on you. And that's where it causes a lot of damage on the particular part of the body.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, because you sleep 8 hours a night. And that's where the earth energy, once it crisscross, it becomes a vortex. Yeah. So how to solve this problem is to create the harmonious environment.
Okay.
And calm down all the vortex so that it becomes harmony again. Yeah.
Does he use a tool to come down the vortex?
That's right. So once we are able to use a tool to like an acupuncture on the house, then we are able to create the harmony back again.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's where he went all over the world to study about this geopathic stress. He went all over the world to go and use his tool to measure. And that's why he's very, very experienced. He went to learn from the German scientists, the professors as well. Yeah. So it's so much to. That's why it was.
Ujwala is here already.
Ujiwala is here. Okay. Ujiwala got no presentation.
No, I don't have any
Yeah.
presentation.
So she will just be talking. Anyway,
Yeah.
co-host first. All right. Michael, we need to start. It's going to be 7 o'clock.
Okay, I'm here.
You want to use your laptop or you want to use your
Yours,
handphone?
I just joined here. Hello, I can already.
Oh, doesn't work that way. You use your laptop.
Yes.
Okay, we are going to start at 7 o'clock sharp and it's 6:57. We got 3 more minutes to go. So Vasanti is going to start first, yeah? Vasanti, what do you want me to, how do you want me to introduce you? The close for Ayurveda.
I think a lot of people don't know what the Ayurveda is. Just like Chinese traditional medicine, so it's Indian medicine, like that.
No, the code.
You go
Just share.
you got your WhatsApp. Which one? 4410.
4416.
Veronica,
Yeah.
you put Rosalind Pan as co-host.
No?
Yeah, you put Rosalind Pan as co-host.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah.
Remove co-host.
I'm waiting
So
for
you didn't use, you didn't put Ujiwala as
Really?
co-host.
Okay, wait.
almost.
Yeah.
You click the
Okay, I
wrong one.
remove her already.
Okay.
Then Ujiwala.
Ujiwala. Okay.
Yeah. I think no more presentation.
Okay, I make her the co-host.
Yeah, maybe you click the wrong one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. It's already 6:58. We have 2 more minutes to go, and we are going to start off with Vasanti. All right, one more minute to go, and we have 24 in the room now. Hello, everybody. Anybody want to share? Give us a testimonial. Well, how's your experience the last 21 days? Anybody want to share your experience with us later? We will want to have some testimonial. How have you benefited in these 21 days?
Veronica, you can hear me, right?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, I'm just testing my mic.
Clear.
That's why.
Very clear. Okay. It's going to be 7 o'clock. We are going to start very, very soon. All right. Okay, we don't want any more background noise, please. We are starting already. Hello. No more talking, please. Okay, it's 7 o'clock sharp. Hi, everybody. Thank you for coming together to close this session, the 21-day quality sleep challenge. So today we have speakers here to close the session, and we are going to start off with Vasanti, and Vasanti is going to about Ayurveda. Shall we welcome Vasanti?
Thank you, Varun. Let me just get the screen. Can you all see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, good. So as usual, I'll start with a quote. I just love so many quotes here. Every human being has the potential to create either a happy or miserable life. And this usually starts with the mind. And Ayurveda really focuses a lot on the mind. But since there are so many people here talking about the mind, I'll talk more about the body. So to sum up for all those who attended my, there's a background noise. I don't know who's.
Okay, I'm going to mute.
Okay, thank you. So many people have a wrong understanding of what is Ayurveda. I mentioned it. It's more like Chinese medicine, Korean medicine, and all. Ayurveda is the Indian traditional system of medicine. And the most interesting part about Ayurveda is Ayu means life. It doesn't just see only the body. Many people think Ayurveda is just the body. It is not the body. It talks about the body. It talks about the senses. We are not just the body. We are made up of the senses. We are made up of the mind. And we are made up of the true self. All these play a very important role in the health. So mind health is considered one of the very important topics. And though today's topic is not on yoga, many people think yoga is a religion. Yoga is actually mind management. It is all about mental health and nothing to do with religion. Ayurveda looks at the body. Ayurveda acknowledges the sen is actually the connection between the mind and the body. If, for example, I have diabetes, I can put as much as I want insulin on the body, but then if the senses does not stop my mind from going out there and grabbing the cake and keep eating the sweet thing, then no insulin is going to help. So they are all interconnected. And Ayurveda says the true self is what that brings me real health. So we have to get connected to the true self by going beyond the body, beyond the senses, beyond the mind, and get connected. And that's what the quotation said earlier, that we can choose to whether make a miserable life of our life or we can make it harmonious. So Ayurveda is a science of life, and it sees a human being as an integrated whole. It's a continuum. So when you look at the true self, now people are calling it like energy. And if you look at what Albert Einstein said, E equals mc squared, you can see body and energy, they are the same. It's just manifesting at a different level. It's not an organ system. So Ayurveda doesn't look at liver problem, diabetes and all. It treats the person. So it doesn't treat the disease. And it's the key to turn inwards towards your full self to experience your full health. So it's a mind-body interrelated concept. So the basic principle of Ayurveda is the body is not just a static thing, it is dynamic. We are part and parcel of the cosmos. So the principles I talked about are space, air, fire, water, earth. I don't like to use the word elements because, like I said, elements is very limiting. It thinks that, we are very limited to only 5 elements. Now, these principles are saying that from subtle becomes gross. So my body becomes something that I can see. So there are a lot of things that's unseen. Like everybody in this talk is talking about energy. It's unseen, but it is very, very important in the body. It may be unseen, but it manifests. So this unseen is what Ayurveda says the space and air combine to form the principle of vata or movement in the body or even in the universe. Fire and water combine to form what it calls pitta, and water and earth combines to form what is called kapha. So vata is the principle of movement, and too much of movement leads to drying. Pitta is transformation, which can lead to heat, and kapha is the binding, it's the heaviness as well. So all of us have this combination. However, Ayurveda says each individual is unique because of the combination of these five existence. This combination, if you have a lot of space and air, but limited waters, earth and fire, then you are what you call vata predominant. If you have more fire in your body, you are pitta predominant. If you have more earth in your body, you are what you call kapha predominant. So the food, the lifestyle, the treatment, the herbs, the thoughts, activities, everything must correlate with your vata, pitta, kapha. I don't want to call it body type, it's your prakriti, it's your constitution. So you have to use the combination of your air space that's out there in the universe in the form of herb, in the form of treatment, in the form of food, to make sure it matches the body. So the example here is just a very simple example. If you look at Vata, the predominance is this fire, space and air. You still have fire, water, earth. All of us will have this five principle. So when you look at the diet lifestyle treatment, you have to make sure that Vata, space and air does not get too much because Vata already got too much space and air. So you must make sure you give the food which has more fire, water, earth dominance. You have to give lifestyle that is more water, earth. So for example, Vata is space and air movement. The activity will be more grounding. You need to give maybe gardening. Gardening will be a good hobby for Vata because space is always moving up, very active. So they need something more grounding, more earthy thing. Maybe swimming is good, but not competitive swimming because it's movement. Just sitting in a jacuzzi, reading, more quiet thing will balance that space and air in them. Similarly with Pitta, Pitta has more fire and water, but less water, but more fire. So you have to give them more space, air, the space, earth, and water in terms of food. So for example, previously somebody asked about garlic. Garlic is very good because garlic also has all these five principles. But garlic has more fire in it. So a person who's Pitta Prakriti taking garlic is going to aggravate the fire. Do you understand? So you must give the Pitta person more earth and water elements, more earth and water principles in terms of food and lifestyle. Same thing with Kapha. Kapha already has water and earth, which is the heaviness. So what you need to give them is more space, air, and fire in terms of diet and lifestyle. So a Kapha person cannot drink too much of water because they already have a lot of water in them. So if they drink more than their capacity in the body, then they will start having edema in the long term. Yes. So we have to be very careful how we design programs for them in terms of water, space, elements. So you need to know a person's prakriti. That is the key in terms of Ayurveda. Knowing the person's prakriti, knowing what is that, then I can design all kind of plans for them. And this is also very good in terms of job. A Vata person having more space and air tends to keep moving a lot. So they will be more good in terms of sales, going out, talking to people, because that's good for them. You make a Vata person sit down and do data entry, they get very agitated. Same thing with the kapha. They have more earth and water. They are comfortable just sitting, doing just all this comfortable job because they are bonded. You get them to go and do multi-level marketing, they will die because they are so comfortable just sitting. You cannot get them probe and probe, They say it's like making a turkey fly. So when you know a person's prakriti, you will know what job is good for them. You will know what food is good for them. You can even handle the lifestyle with them, a relationship. If a person is very pitta prakriti, by nature they get angry. But they are not really angry. So you will know what kind of food to give them, what kind of activities to prevent them from getting more angry. So this will also help with a lot of in terms of the relationship. So I won't take up too much of your time, but basically just to tell you that Ayurveda is very customized. It sees body as dynamic. You have what you call your prakriti, your body nature. Your digestion plays a very important role. Your state of health is very important as well before I can design. I must also look at your mind because a certain food may not be good for a good of that mind as well. So that is very important. Your age, what I eat at the age of 30 may not be applicable at the age of 50. So the food has always got to be customized according to your age as well. The food has to be customized to your lifestyle. If I'm in a sedentary job all the time, because there's heaviness, I shouldn't be eating a lot of heavy food. I should be eating food that balances the earthiness of the heaviness. Ayurveda talks about the time of the day. For example, morning is more kapha time, more earth and water. So I must make sure I don't have too much earth, water in my morning food. I must have more fire. So warm food is very good, just as an example. Season plays a very important role. What I eat in Singapore during summer or hot season, during rainy season, I should change my food to make sure that the season combines with the balances with my prakriti and my body. Same time, if a food is very good for me in Singapore, if I go somewhere during winter, the food will not work for me. So it really is very dynamic, never a one solution fits all, basically. So many factors to be taken into consideration. So basically what Ayurveda says, you cannot use a static system of the modern medicine to work on a dynamic system. All right. Many of you asked me about courses, how to understand your body type, your prakriti. Now, this is really, it took me nearly 5 years to understand because Ayurveda is a very complex, but very simple once you break it up. And I generally do not do prakriti assessment program for open class. It's only for students who have learned the principles of Ayurveda, then I do. But since I received many requests, I thought, okay, I'll just give it a shot. I am prepared to do one on the 31st of March. It'll be from 7:30 to 8:30. My regular price for all my courses, that means they are students who've already understood and then they want to go deeper into Prakriti assessment, is 250. But you guys are very enthusiastic and I do appreciate Varun. So I have a lot of respect for Varun. Words cannot express the respect that I have for her because she's one person who lives, she walks the talk. Really, she does.
Thank you, Vasanti. Thank you for all your compliment.
No, it's coming from my heart. You're one person who really, I have a lot of respect. I may not express it always, but I do.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to have you with us.
Thank you. So to do this course, because it's not my program, it's not my company, there are other people involved, I cannot just simply give a pricing without consulting them. But if it's just me, where I still have to, pay all the rest, and I don't take anything, that's fine. So I'll need a minimum of 10 people. Only if 10 people join, then I can proceed with the class. So the process will be, first you express your interest, and once I gather 10, then you make the payment. I don't want anybody to make payment first. So if 10 people say, yes, Vasanti, we want to learn how to assess the body, then we will proceed from there. So I will send a link. You can join that group where Varun mentioned, and from there we'll take it. Okay? Thank you very much.
Is it going to be online or offline?
It will be online. Sorry, thanks for mentioning. It will be on Zoom.
On Zoom, okay.
Zoom
so it's 1.5 hours on Zoom.
Yes, 1.5 hours on the 31st of March.
Okay, very nice. All right.
I will end off with this quotation from Henry Ford. Anyone who stops learning is old, whether at 20 or 80. Anyone who keeps learning stays young. The greatest thing in life is to keep your mind young. And
yes, so true.
Organizing all these programs, I really hats off to you. Thank you very much, Varun.
Thank you, Vasanti, for your sharing. And it's a very nice closing. So never stop learning, whether you're 20 or you're 80, continue to learn. There's so much that we are able to learn every day. That's why we have so many participants here attending the workshop by Dr. Michael Tan, and it was a wow to so many people. All right, thank you, Vasanti. And now we have our next speaker who is waiting for us, Ujiwala. Ujiwala, would you like to do your closing?
Yes, sure. So, achoo. Okay, so sorry. I did not mean to sneeze, but this was a purposeful sneeze that I just created. Now, this is what happens when somebody is lacking sleep, and that's what happened to me. So I just wanted to relate and, connect the dots. So what happens is when you are not, so it's not always your sleep that affects your food, but it also is the other way around. Food affects sleep. So in my talks previously, I had suggested that you want to eat lighter meals, non-spicy meals, but what are the food items you should be eating, which was the last bit some people asked. And that was the golden bit that I had kept for this day. So before that, I would like to thank Veron for giving me this opportunity and hosting the entire program so beautifully and being on her toes and introducing us to wonderful people out there, to your crowd. Thank you. Thank you so much, Veronica.
Thank you,
We really-
Ujiwala, to be part of us. and all of us has learned so much from you as well. Thank you.
You're most
Be part
welcome.
of
Your
us.
energy is infectious, Veronica. So that really helps us to put in more energy and, give us our best shot. So hats off to you. So what happens is when you don't sleep well, it affects your immunity. And when it affects your immunity, it also affects your food choices. So if somebody like me who's not slept for 2-3 days, because of course there are things, as Vasanti said, that she is also moving, I'm also moving houses. So that has caused a lot of sleepless nights, and that has affected my immunity and the choices of food that I want to eat and drink. Okay. But it also goes the other way around. So if you are still, after these 21 days program, you're still eating something which is spicy, heavier, close to your meals, and still struggling with your sleep, you want to cross check again and reinforce that. You also want to make sure that you are eating balanced meals, balanced diet. You are not getting trapped into crash dieting, such as 1 meal a day, 2 meals a day, and you're doing keto diet wherein the sleep has gone completely for a toss. So when you want to challenge yourself on a 21-day sleep challenge, you want to correct all the aspects, out of which diet and nutrition is one of the key, because whatever you put into your body is going to reflect on your brain and your melatonin levels. So today I'm going to share 4 items in your diet that you should be incorporating in order to sleep well. And when should you consume them? So this was the last question asked to me, and I was like, okay, I can't unfold it right now. I want to unfold it only on the last day. So first and foremost, you want to start with eating kiwis. So if you are wanting to sleep well, you want to eat at least 2 kiwis prior to your bedtime, 1 hour before. Okay. Now, if you have diabetes, you want to check with your doctor, with your dietitian, with respect to your spike in blood sugars, because you're also going to consume something else, right? It's not just kiwis that you would consume for your dinner. So you want to keep that in your mind when you are eating kiwis in order to induce sleep. The second food item that we want to focus on is tart cherry juice. Now, if you were to consume at least 1 cup of tart cherry juice closer to your bedtime, that has also shown to give you good, deep, sounder sleep. And the duration of sleep, sound sleep, is much, much longer. It helps you to fall asleep faster. Okay, so this is the second food item you want to take care of. Again, it's a juice. You want to take note of the blood sugar spike that would come in with it. So please do connect with your doctors and dietitians if you were to consume these items in order to induce sleep. Malted milk, one of the famous brands which is there, Horlicks product. Okay, it's a malted product, but again, it is something that you can just buy more organic, much healthier version of the product you can look for. So malted wheat, malted barley, these are the items you want to actually consume in order to induce good, deep, sound sleep. And actually, it helps you to reduce the sleep interruptions. So people, there was somebody who was asking last time that I sleep well, but so I wake up, it's difficult to go back to sleep. So those interruptions are much more controlled and prevented if you were to consume any malted drinks before your bedtime. And this is closer to your bedtime. This is not 1 hour or 2 hours before. This is just before your sleep time. Now, as Vasanti just mentioned, that age is a very important criteria in order to determine what kind of foods you want to consume when you want to induce sleep. Okay, so nuts are another good items, which such as almonds, walnuts, pistachios. These 3 have known to induce good sound sleep, specifically in elderly adults. Okay, so if you want to really beat that insomnia, you want to consume nuts. If you cannot chew well, you want to make a paste out of them, or you can just take a powder of it and blend it in 1 cup of milk and drink it up before you want to go to bed. Okay, so this is the summary and a very quick information about what are the 4 items that you should incorporate. Now, if you were to look for more information about how you can enrich your diet, you can always come back to me for your customized diet plans. But we also have our YouTube channel. We also have different groups that will keep you highlighted with and informed with a lot of nutritional activities and information that keeps coming in. Now, very important is when we talk about balanced diet, we talk about these foods. What are we working on? We are working on increasing the melatonin. Okay, now that is very essential because it is not just about sleeping, it is about detoxing your body naturally. When you sleep, you detox your body naturally, you reset your entire system. Okay, and you prevent health issues. Just few days back, a client came to me saying that he and his diet really looked perfect. So I told him, why are you consulting me? Because your diet seems completely all right. And on deep diving into his meal plan, we could figure out that his vitamin D levels were low, his zinc, magnesium levels were low, and that was also causing insomnia in him. Okay, which he was not aware of, because he has a perfect lifestyle, which I would advise any client. I would love to have such a client, because or have any client to get into this frame. He wakes up at 4 a.m., goes for a walk, does exercise, eats so healthy, and still he has health problems. Why? Because there are nutritional deficiencies that have come up. Vitamin D, zinc, magnesium. If you lack in this, definitely that also affects your sleep. Also, it affects your hair. So the problem for which he came to me, because he was questioning the whole concept of eating right and still having the problem. What was the problem? Alopecia areata. That means he had patches of some hair loss on his scalp, which is like you can't even see the follicles, and he could not figure out why. On researching and understanding his entire routine, could be realized it could be because of vitamin D and zinc deficiency that could be causing it, and we have started correcting it with the diet. So you want to make sure that you are doing everything rightly. You don't want to do crash diets. You don't want to eat heavy meals closer to your meal times, and you don't want to disrupt your sleep and your health problems, because if your sleep is disrupted, you will come up with health problems such as this, or diabetes, or heart problems, right? So just to conclude, you want to take care of your health collectively, different aspects which Veronica has brought us into. And I have my 21 days sugar detox coming up very soon in the so it is coming up in the last week of this month. Please do connect with me if you're interested. The fee for it is 50 SGD. And what do we provide? We provide handouts. We provide you a WhatsApp group for daily interaction, and we provide you a lot of information, recipes, and motivation to deal with your sugar cravings and align your food intake. Thank you. Thank you so much, Veronica.
Thank you, Ujiwala. Thank you. So your 21 days sugar detox. So what is your goal that you want your participants to achieve?
So in the sugar detox, we help the participants to check their threshold. So there are people who would say that, oh, I can't go zero sugar. And I don't know why, but I've heard that it's not right to do zero sugar. So we get them to understand that it's not all about just getting you to consume zero sugar. Of course, the aim is that, but we want you to understand your thresholds. And it's summertime. We know it's going to be hot. You would want to drink something sweet. But where are the corners that you can cut? And where is it that we can help you to get rid of the unnecessary sugar into your diet, and when is it essential that you can consume? So we streamline your health. There are people who have benefited on the program with respect to improved energy, they also have slept better. Their cravings have gone down, and some things that they felt that they could not do anymore, like they could not get rid of the sugar in the tea, they could not believe with the fact that they could get rid of it. They have come up with huge achievements of really having teas and coffees without sugar, and now they feel that okay, it's just so easy. I never could believe it if I were to do it alone. So there are so many health benefits that they experience. They have better sugar control if they are diabetes patients. They also cholesterol we are trying to control. There's somebody whose fatty liver was high, so he is also benefited. So the concept is on not only about sugar, it is about the total carbohydrate intake into your diet and how would you replace that excess carbohydrate with the other food items. So we really handhold you. We have Zoom meetings, which everybody is welcome to come, whoever's joined the program. And we also do one-time quick consultation over the phone.
Very nice. Thank you so much. So if you all want to attend the 21 days sugar detox program, please go and look for Ujiwala. And Ujiwala is already in the group chat and you can just correspond with her. She also have her own group chat for Poshan through Cure. Yeah.
Yes.
So thank you very much, Ujiwala. And now we go to the next one. We have Dawn. Dawn is in the room. Are you, Dawn?
Thank you, Veronica.
Dawn, are you here? Is Dawn in the room? No? Okay, then we will get Michael to share now. Michael, can you do your closing for 12 minutes? Yeah.
Hi, good evening, everyone. It must be a great challenge to have completed 21 days. And I must congratulate everyone, especially all the great supporter and speaker and the organizer, Veron, for putting this together. Without her passion, this would probably have never been materialized, right? As you know,
Thank you, Dr. Michael, for your support.
yes, for those who have attended one or two of my simple sharing, you will realize that after years of practice, I focus on only one core fundamental, which is the biological battery, which give rise to the rest of the function and the rest of the solution, right? And while we are doing detox, while we are improving our sleep, while we are looking towards an optimum life, we know that like any technology, you need to have the power supply properly managed. Then the rest of the function can work effectively. Just imagine you keep changing your light bulb, you keep changing your air condition, your computer keep crashing simply because the power into the system is not stable. It is fluctuating up and down. But we spend a lot of time changing the system. But once the power is restored, the system definitely will need to be repaired, need to be restored. So that's where all the rest of the expertise will come in to help you manage optimum function. And we know today we are living in a very thriving period. And there are many talk that COVID may be an effect of 5G. Yeah, no one can validate it. We are not here to debate on yes or no, but we are just here to know that there is always a possibility. However, for hundreds of years since the German discovered geopathic, it has been known in the whole German community, in the farming community, that geopathic definitely either provide life supporting charges or it may create an erratic field that may affect the pineal gland and the cellular biological battery eventually. Now, no sickness occurred yesterday. It took us 20, 30 years of adapting to a sleeping position, which instead of charging us like a mobile phone, it is partially charging. So after 30 years, we realized suddenly that we only have 20 to 30% efficiency of functional efficiency. And then it also results in many other system and intelligent challenges. And this can lead to long-term dysfunction. And once we restore this power supply, usually your body will start to wake up and all other therapy will come into place very, very efficiently, right? So it is very important to at least go into the YouTube. There is a very good documentary from BBC Iron. We just put geopathic stress documentary. It's about an hour, and just watch that. It will give you a better information and knowledge than you spend 2 hours with me, because that is done professionally, by BBC, right? You bring you through many cancer patient house. It bring you through engineering equipment to test, and it bring you through dowsing methodology. It bring you through home that have been abandoned. It bring you through a street where almost every next door neighbor suffer from cancer. And the biggest culprit, it is actually geopathic stress, right? While we can solve geopathic stress today, does not mean that we solve the entire health and wellness challenges, because there are so many elements, from your fire element, from your water element, from your diet element, from your financial element, from your other entanglement. So it is an integrated practice that we all have to come together to create a community to support health and wellness for ourselves, our family, and each and every one. Only when this community thrive, health and wellness can really materialize for each and every one of us. So with this, I strongly encourage everybody, do not stop here. Carry on what you have learned, keep learning, keep experiencing it. And sometimes, instead of asking question, experience the whole process, then start formulate the question. But many of us start to have question before we start the experience. So the question will slow down your experience, that otherwise you may have a different set when you complete it. So I strongly encourage everybody to embrace the journey together, keep this community alive, keep experimenting, exploring together, so that we become more well-rounded, and we become more forgiving, and we all wake up to a new dawn and a new heaven. Yeah? And that is life. It's every day waking up to new possibility. So with this, again, I congratulate all the speaker for their dedication towards sharing, and Veron for holding this for as long as she is given the grace to hold, and the whole committee coming together. Have a good day and looking forward to meet up again.
Thank you, Dr. Michael Tan. You are really a very honest speaker here, and so many people, they are so excited to send their floor plan. They want to know their environment. They want to know more about geopathic stress, and all our workshops are always overwhelming response. So we want to thank you for spending the whole day here with us, and so many of our participants has already benefited. We have more workshops coming up, and we really want to thank you for your passion and for your love for the community. You are really a treasure to the humanity.
Thank you very much. It is my dedication, my passion after 20 years since I left or retired from power engineering with Singapore Power. I have actually dedicated the last 20 years doing nothing except researching and trying to understand human power engineering, since I'm an engineer, right? And after 20 years, I begin to discover how to interact with this power engineering from a biological function. Yes, and it is just the beginning, the tips of exploration and discovery. And I say, amen. Thank you very much, great Lord, for allowing us to all explore together. Thank you
Yes.
very much, everyone.
Yes. In fact, this is the missing link that a lot of people are not aware of, that they are sleeping on the bed that is 8 hours a night for the past 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. And the bed can be so harmful and so toxic that nobody is aware until Dr. Michael Tan appeared. So thank you so much, Dr. Michael Tan. And now we have Dawn with us. Dawn is going to do the closing with us. Shall we welcome Dawn?
Hi. Hi, Veron. Yeah, thank you for having this 21 days challenge. It's like, wow, in a blink of an eye, right? 21 days have passed. And
Yes.
during this period, apart from learning from Veron, her talk, although I couldn't join online sometimes at the same time, but I do watch the replay of all our speakers. So thank you for this opportunity, because I also learned so much from every one of the speakers invited here. Yeah, and of course, later on, questions that come from the floor, you lovely attendees who actually raise questions, actually those questions are also one way that I learned too. So we actually, when we share, right, we also learn more. Yeah, so without further ado, I will just share my slides, just to recap on what were covered. And then I hope you are also getting more mindful and aware of your issues, especially emotional ones, because if the emotions are not balanced, then how do you actually get quality sleep? Of course, with Energia products, and of course, geopathic stress awareness, you can actually improve. But of course, over time during the day where you're awake, then that's where, you know, life throws you curveballs, right? And then also give you more challenges to deal with at the emotional level. And so it's important to take care of our emotional health. Yeah. And so going straight to recap the main points, I hope you realize by now that our thoughts also affect our health. Yeah, without the thoughts, we won't be saying things that we want to say or doing things that we want to do. So definitely we want to be mindful of the thoughts that we think. And of course, we want to think positive thoughts as much as possible, because it's not possible to totally eliminate negative thoughts. We are still human, and it's okay to be imperfect. Don't think that you have to be perfect, and there's no perfect person. And so it's imperfect to be, so it's perfectly all right to be imperfect. Okay. So I hope that gives you some form of encouragement, because a lot of times we push ourselves so hard, expecting a lot from ourselves, thinking that we have to be perfect in everything we do. And that in a way is also harming our health. Yeah. And over time, like I said in the last talk, these emotional thoughts that are pressurizing us so hard, it actually manifests as physical health issues later. Yeah. And so again, each emotion actually has a different physiological impact to our body. And then so when stressed, body releases cortisol. And that's why one of the most common complaints that we have is we put on weight. And especially when you cannot sleep well, right? Then your weight actually goes up. I think many of us know this. When we don't have enough sleep, actually the weight goes up. So don't think that, oh, you eat less, right? It will actually help to control your weight. Just, yeah, be more mindful about having early sleep. If you want to wake up earlier, it's fine. But I think it's important that you at least sleep early or use sleeping systems, yeah, from Energia, because that is really helping you to have a more balanced body too, so that weight management can be, better done. That's also because blood pressure also causing like detoxing to be poor, such that it's also hard to release all the fats in the body. Okay, so when feeling good, again, I just want to recap on this quote that has been actually helpful not only to me, but also to many people, because when we feel good, the brain actually releases serotonin and oxytocin, and that's how the body also purges toxins better. And this quote, remember, is actually by the ex-CEO of Pepsi-Cola, Indra Nooyi. So she says that whatever anybody says or does, always assume positive intent coming from the other person or the situation. So you'll be amazed at how your whole approach to a person or problem becomes very different. So yes, when you remember this kind of quotes, it can just help you shift the perspective a little. It all takes practice, okay? Because everything that we do in life, right, it all takes practice, and it's all about flexing our muscles. So just like when you want to really train up your stamina, you go to gym or you start to go for jogging. So every little step matters. So even just one quote sometimes can benefit some of you. It may not benefit everyone. Otherwise, again, I always like to say, if one thing really works for everybody, right, the whole world will be at peace. Everyone will be very healthy, and there's no need for hospital, no need for medication. Yeah, and so recap that our mind and our health are linked. So in every sense, okay, the things we think and the things we feel are all interconnected, okay, and are able to impact us physically in some pretty profound ways. And this is actually said by Hippocrates. So he's actually the father of medicine in the ancient Greek times, 2,500 years ago. So in the first place, we have to be empowered, take charge of our health, because if someone wishes for good health, we must first ask oneself if he is ready to do away with the reasons for his illness. Only then is it possible to help him. And I think you are definitely one of these people, and that's why you are here. to find out more solutions and more way to help you be better, yeah, and stay healthy. Because we all know that we don't want to be a burden to, especially our close ones. And therefore, we are all mindful of our good health. And remember, I talked about having this awareness of which emotion affects you most. So I hope you've been also observing your emotions and being more aware since the last week I talked about this. Have you? Yeah, I think some of you did lah, because some of you actually got in touch with me. Yeah, thanks very much for getting in touch with me and then arranging for the therapy session. Yeah, it's really lovely to meet some of you, especially today. Yeah, and talking about, yeah, the negative emotions, right? So anger and conflict, this is like a revision. Which organ does it affect most? It's definitely the liver or the gallbladder, and that's where headache or hypertension will happen. So when you have headache, okay, so you can actually look at the last part of the arrow program, arrow diagram. So if you have headache, and then you definitely can think of, okay, so what have I been feeling conflicted about? Yeah, such that you are experiencing headache. And of course, the organs that are affected are liver and gallbladder. They are actually very important. Actually, once liver or gallbladder are being affected, the rest of the organs actually start to be taking a toll rather seriously. Yeah. In nutrition world, right, actually it's said that the liver, it's like the murderer of all other organs. Yeah. Usually the next ones that are affected are the kidneys, if the liver is actually badly affected. Okay, so for heart problem or stroke or insomnia, okay, poor sleep or indigestion, it definitely comes from stress and anxiety, okay, affecting the heart and the brain. And that's where the heart sometimes feel very high blood pressure, or of course the brain actually would get actually very, very dull. And that's where you don't find that your mind is clear at all. It's all because of stress and anxiety. So eczema and dry skin, which is something very prevalent in many people nowadays, okay, it's due to the sadness and grief that we hung on from the past. Yeah, so when we hung on to like sad events, okay, or like someone's passing, of course, we have loved ones who pass away, but it's also not healthy for us to hang on to those things. And that's where the lungs are affected. The blockages, okay, caused by the sadness are all stuck in the lungs and the large intestines. And that's where when the large intestines are holding on to all this toxic sadness, right? That's where the eczema or the dry skin actually get affected, because skin is actually the largest organ on our body. Yeah. And so followed by, yes, I talk about jealousy, right? It's like eating us away, and eating us away, okay, is causing our bone structure, this frame, to be slowly being eaten away, because it actually increases the acidity in our blood. And that's where, you know, sometimes you feel, okay, how come you have pins and needles, okay, on your legs especially, or you feel that there are like numbness, that's where the poor blood circulation happens. Yeah, then you may want to reflect, like, what are some of the issues that you felt competitive with? Yeah, or you felt that you didn't have enough attention. Actually, we don't need attention from anybody, yeah, because we are all created full and perfect. Yeah. Okay, and that's where when the acidity in the body is very high, it actually gives a very good environment to cancer cells. Yeah, so that's what I want to point you back to, the kind of emotions that you've been feeling on and off. And if you just hang on to them more than 14 days, they are actually toxic enough. Yeah. So, okay, this is also another common issue where people feel bloated or constipated. Yeah, cannot pass motion very easily. That's because a lot of worries, okay, arose, and then they are all stuck in the stomach. Yeah. So you can actually be more mindful about what you're worrying with. And one way to deal with this actually is to take probiotics. Yeah, probiotics are actually very good to actually clear wind. Yeah, but still, it's like the moment you're off probiotics, right, the bloatedness or the indigestion will come back, or the constipation will come back. And that's because your worry blockages are still there in the stomach. Yeah. Okay, so fear, yes, leading to tinnitus. Okay, I've been talking to a few of y'all who have actually having tinnitus. So, and I'm glad that y'all are aware that there are actually worries and fear going on in your life that is affecting you, such that you acknowledge lah. I'm glad that you acknowledge, because acknowledgement is very important. In denial is the worst thing. Yeah, because if you don't acknowledge, then you won't want to do anything. Okay, and so as women, most of us are women here, right? And then you be very mind you mind your dark eye circles very much. So if you really want to deal with your dark eye circles, yes, then you really want to clear all this fear away from the body. And of course, I shared with you, right, on how to clear them. But later on, maybe I'll just share the short exercise again so that I hope you can remember to use it in your daily life. Yeah, so remember, 5 minutes of anger, right, is such bad damage to the immune system. Yeah, and so that's why I talked about some of us actually held on to anger for like 10 years, 20 years. And that somehow, you know, we can explain that why people actually fell very, very sick as they got older, maybe like 10 or 20 years later. Yeah, because usually when I work on some clients, there are actually very clear issues, especially because they come to me for emotional issues that they cannot resolve because the hospitals cannot find out what are the problems. And that's when they identify what the anger issues are and they work to actually release it, they do actually feel a lot lightened off. And then the face will glow. And that's where we know that they're on the path to recovery. Yeah. So of course, all these issues actually led to heart attack. Okay, heart attack is one sign that the heart actually has been blocked for a long time. Heart attack doesn't happen like just 1 or 2 years ago, okay, where the blood arteries get choked, or the strokes actually because the arteries are also blocked. All this actually took a long, long time, okay, for these heart attacks or strokes to manifest. And so last week I talked about why do we feel pain. I think some of you have an idea. Okay, you can actually Google also why do we feel pain in some areas, and then you can actually find out the emotional aspect of it. And okay, or rather pain, right, is also one way to bring us back to the present. And a lot of times when we are living in the past, okay, unhappy with what had happened or worry about the future, okay, over time, your body will have pain. It's like an alarm bell to you to bring you back to live in the present. Yeah, so pain actually can be done away. There's no need to live with pain. We all can be pain-free. Yeah, I'm actually living pain-free, to be very honest with you. The moment I have some pain, right, then I'll be like contemplating, okay, what are some of the emotional aspects of it? And because me, I have gone through working on my own emotional issues, I know that it is possible to do away, okay, with contemplating on which issue and then wanting to let go. And of course, there are many other health solutions that you can actually help you to get better. But basically, you still have to be mindful about what are the mental or emotional health, mental and emotional issues that you are holding on. You have to first acknowledge that because that is the root. Yeah. So I talk about this part where, okay, neck is one very common pain area. Yeah, that's because there is just also so much that we held on to our throat area. We want to say, but we don't want to say. Then we get so unhappy because we are just feeling that, okay, the other side is not agreeing with us. And over time, it actually shows up as neck pain. Yeah, and shoulders is what are you not carrying or having a responsibility with, not so joyously. Yeah, so for the back, the top part is really talking about lack of emotional support. You feel unloved, okay? And you are feeling that, okay, it's not safe to give love to people around you. Yeah, it's okay to give love, just don't expect return. Yeah, it's usually the expectations that cause us to have a lot of heartaches. Okay, middle back is where you feel that, yeah, there's just some issues that you cannot get it off your back. And then over time, your body tells you that, hey, okay, please don't stop that. Okay, it's not right. You actually, there's nothing to be stuck about in the past. Okay, so lower back, usually it's about financial worries. Yeah, money, worrying about lack of financial support. Yeah, okay. So again, yes, so to recap, right, it is possible to move from dis-ease to ease. Okay, one way is to generate gratitude. And like I shared about the quote earlier, right, always assume positive intent from people or from others. And of course, generating gratitude is something that is very common now and is totally doable. Again, it's flexing muscle, okay, training our muscle to do this. And you can actually set an alarm on your phone every day. It's really up to you. Like maybe like set 2 times a day on your phone to actually practice gratitude, thinking about maybe start with your loved ones, especially those whom you are closer with. It's easier, start with something easier. You don't have to start with something very difficult, because if it's something very difficult, right, you can actually get discouraged very fast. And then you stop doing it. And then there's no point about starting at all. Okay, always start with your loved ones, people that you really love, and then you can think about the good points of others. Then slowly you move on to your children, like children or closer family members who sometimes can be difficult. I'm sure you can actually think of 1 or 2 good qualities of them. You cannot say that no one actually has good quality, not even one. Yeah, so sometimes you just have to observe the merits of the other person, or think about the kindness that actually a person has. Maybe not to you, but you can think about, oh, actually that person is also very filial towards their parents, although this person sometimes can be quite mean. Yeah, and then you think about maybe that person's under stress. Yeah, so just shift that mind. And then sometimes you can just feel that like, wow, you can actually breathe better too. Yeah, so breath work is also very important. When we don't breathe well, okay, it also causes a lot of blockages in the body. Yeah, and so the other ways, of course, is the natural wellness therapies without the use of medication that I do, alignment therapy or the one-to-one therapy or the transformology, okay, to help remove issues at the root level. And then, yes, this particular one that I shared with you all last week, breathing and relaxation exercise. So we have time to at least do 1 minute, right? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I see Veron say yes. And I think it's important that you also remember to do this relaxation and breathing exercise, because especially in very, very stressful situation or someone is like challenging you, then you may want to do this. And it's about trying to recall and remembering to do this also. Okay, you all ready? Yeah, so remember, what's the first thing to do? Your feet, it's very important to be grounded. Okay, sometimes we like to cross our legs. Actually, crossing legs, right, is really not grounded. Yeah, so try to put both of your feet on the ground as much as possible. Yeah, make sure that both feet are flat on the ground. Okay, sit comfortably. And then you can put your hands on your lap or your knees. You can actually face them downward or you can actually face them upward. So face them downward is actually referring to you are going to reflect inwardly, or you're going to face them upwards for your palms. It actually means that you're just to receive from the universe, receive from God, or receive from, yeah, all the goodness that's around you. Okay, so you can just relax and then make sure that your back is also straight so that you can breathe better. The air also flows better. And when you breathe better, okay, the energy also flows better in the body. Yeah, so just make sure that your back is also relaxed, okay? Then you just feel that at the crown of your head, you are relaxing from the crown of your head. Okay, relax your forehead. Yeah, you can close your eyes or you can just keep your eyes open, whichever way that you are comfortable with. And then feel your eyes relax, feel your eye sockets totally relaxed. And feel your cheeks and your face relax. Usually we tense up our facial muscles. When you tense up your facial muscles, it also means that the rest of the body are also tensed up. Okay, but you can also just lightly hold a smile, yeah, on your face. And also relax the back of your neck, relax the front of your neck. Yeah, feel like all the weight on your shoulders also melting down into the ground. Feel that all the muscles and the flesh on your back also are relaxed. Okay, feel your chest, okay, loosen up, relax, and your stomach relax. A lot of times we hold tension in the stomach too, and that's when indigestion happens. And yeah, just feel your belly relaxed, and then moving down to your hip area. They are all relaxed. Okay, relaxing your hip joints, relax your thigh, and then going down to your calves. Relax your ankles. Your ankles hold you so much all these years, and then relax your feet. Okay, yeah. So you can actually now put your hand on your heart center. You know, the place where you feel love or you feel hurt. Yeah, you can put it there, or you can actually just put your attention there. It doesn't matter, because if you put your hand there, you can focus better if you're convenient. If it's convenient for you, because you can't do that in the boardroom. You can't do that in a corporate meeting. Okay, so put your hand on the heart center. Okay, and then feel that heart center soft and gentle. Feel that heart center soft and gentle. Yeah, and now take a deep breath. Inhale and exhale. Letting go of all the pressure from today, from the past days, and from the past weeks. Okay, inhale again. And exhale and let go. It's like, wow, so good to let go of all this burden. Okay, and inhale again and let go. Exhale. And then come back to your heart center. Feel your heart center soft and gentle. And put a smile. Put a smile on your heart. And then tell yourself, I am well and good. And all is well and good. And continue to see that smile in your heart center. Okay, and take one breath again. Inhale and exhale. Exhale longer than you inhale. Yeah, and just feel that relaxation in the body and open your eyes. Yeah, you can do this with eyes open, especially in business meetings, all that. You don't think that you have to only do it at home. Okay, I hope that you actually find that useful.
Nice. Thank you so much, Dawn.
Thank you, Veron.
Yeah, such a nice recap from the beginning of your slides all the way to the end. And do you have any upcoming workshop or courses that they are able to sign up?
Okay, so I am still opening up the offer that I have extended to everyone last week, but actually we have very limited slots left because we are already packed with 10 of them. Yeah, so thank you very much, because from the therapy sessions, we are able to diagnose what are the causes and what are the blockages in your body, the organs that are affecting you that cause different pains, different tension areas, especially in the head, because we focus on meridian points, so we work on them. So we go straight to the source of the problems to work on the pains and the aches and the related emotional health issues, so that we can also align you to calmness and strengthen immunity, especially during this time. Yeah, and so usual was 750, and only for Veron's clients, we are extending $200 discount. Yeah, which is only $110 per session, and you have 2 of us working on you who have been in the industry for quite some time. Yeah, so only limited slots left.
All right, thank you so much, Dawn. Thank you. Thank you for your contribution, and I'm sure all the community is learn so much from you. All right.
Yes, thank you
to our community, and we want to thank you.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Speaker who is waiting, and she's none other than Nicole Ling. She's our psychotherapist. She's our miracle worker. Shall we welcome Nicole Ling?
Hello, everybody. Can you see and hear me? Okay. Are you able to see and hear me? Because okay, can you go to the chat box and just type in whether you can see me and hear me? Okay, I just want to be clear. Okay, so you can see me and clear me. Okay, great. So hello, everybody. I'm back. My name is Nicole. I am the miracle worker. Yes, Veron knows me. I know Veron for so many years already. And thank you so much, Veron. I am just so happy to be back. And thank you so much for organizing this 21-day sleep challenge. If because of you, I also slept better this within the 21 days, because I am so busy with my life. Even though I talk about wellness, but sometimes there are times that we don't sleep early. So you have reminded me to sleep early, and yesterday I slept extremely well. Okay, thank you.
All right, very nice. So it's easy said than done to sleep early, to sleep early.
Correct.
All right, so Nico, what are you going to share with us today?
Okay, I am going to share my slides. Are you able to see my slides? Okay, yes. So today is a recap. I'll do a recap very quickly. So my background is psychology. I am a certified counseling psychotherapist, also a clinical supervisor. I do a lot of psychology work. My psychology work takes me to many corporate companies, but the thing that really touched me the most, the thing that makes me the most excited is miracle healing, because this is the work that I love so much. It is much better than anything else in the world. So this was me about 13 years ago. I had a spine injury and it was an accident. I was bedridden for 3 whole years, literally 3 whole years. I cannot walk at all. So the doctor said I will never be able to be normal again. But I proved him wrong, because in my heart, I'm thinking, definitely I can create miracles. There must be a way. I may not know exactly, but first I need to try. All right. So I changed my mind and I said, there's no way I will be disabled. I am going to create miracles. So I did. I used the same system that I teach my client for many years. And of course, initially when I had this problem, I was a bit ashamed of myself. It's like, how can the healer have a spine problem? It's very embarrassing. So I said, never mind. Okay, let me try. So everything that I taught to my clients, I started to apply on myself. And I did it very slowly because it was such a serious injury. I was bedridden for 3 years. Of course, you cannot expect magic. 5 days later, 1 week later, everything is fine. It doesn't work like that. It took me 3 years of slow healing, a little by little. And after 3 years, I was completely normal. So I proved the doctor wrong. So miracles can happen if you put your mind on it. Veron, do you agree? totally, right? And I thought that was bad enough, but another thing happened. And this one was about 3 years ago, and Veron knew about this, right? And many of my friends knew about this. In fact, when I told them I had rheumatoid arthritis, many people were shocked because I've always been a very healthy person. I'm a very health conscious person. I eat organic, I take vegan food and all of that. And people say, how on earth did this happen? Right? And again, I was told it is incurable, incurable, incurable. I hear this all the time. There is no cure, there is no cure. Was in and out hospital many, many times, extremely high bills. Each time I go in is 30,000. I went in like quite a number of times. So it's 100 over 1,000. Again, I told myself, I'm not going to put up with this. Definitely, I have to create my miracles. I have to find my miracles. So once again, I apply miracle healing. And 6 months later, I was declared, you don't have rheumatoid arthritis. And this is said by the doctor and is proven in the blood test. They cannot find my rheumatoid arthritis, right? And this was my amount of medication that I used to take. Today, I don't even take anything, nothing, not even one medication for my rheumatoid arthritis. Compare this amount of medication to what I have today is almost virtually nothing, right? So everybody wants miracles. When they hear my story, they'll say, I want, I want, I want. Everybody wants, right? But miracle work are for people who are willing to do the work, are for people who are serious learners. If you don't want to learn miracle healing, there's no way you can get it because it is not for lazy people. I do have people coming to me and they think that by watching my video, all their illnesses will disappear. Or by talking to me for 1.5 hours, or they book my private session after 1 hour, 2 hours, right? Money will rain from the sky. Because it happens to other students, right? But other students they are the ones who put in the effort. They really learn the miracle healing, and that's how they got their promotion. That's why they became cancer free. That's why they had the money. All right. So miracle healing is not for lazy people. It's actually for people who are willing to do the work. If you're not willing to do the work, miracle will not fall from the sky. All right. So I want to make this very clear. So everybody wants a miracle. Let's talk about this. Is our star student because everybody knows her. Why? Because she was diagnosed with a very rare and invasive form of cancer. And this is called the triple negative breast cancer. Anybody who hears this will be very frightened because it is a very invasive type of cancer that spreads to other organs very, very quickly, and they don't respond to therapy. Even chemotherapy sometimes doesn't help. Of course, on top of that, they also found that she had a very huge tumor. I think that must be very stressful for her, right? And of course, she couldn't sleep. She couldn't sleep. No peace mentally. Of course, emotionally, she's very depressed. We did healing for her for 4 months, but at the same time, Aini is a very good student. She learned the system and she applied the miracle healing on herself. So not only do I do the healing, I also do coaching. I do miracle coaching. So I coach her for 4 months, and suddenly one fine day, she called me on the phone and she was screaming. And I thought, what happened? It was screaming in joy because the doctor just told her, we cannot find your cancer at all. Cannot find everything, just totally no trace, including the big tumor. Even the big tumor, they cannot find. So she was jumping and she was so happy, right? So these are what we call miracle healing, because you know that you can't be cancer free within such a short period of time, right? If without the universe, without the grace of God, I don't think this is possible, right? So this is Iris, also our student. Like many people, she's married to a very wonderful man. She loved her husband. The husband loved her. Wonderful relationship. But like many people, they fight. A lot of couples fight. They quarrel, they fight, and they fight for 10 years. 10 years they've been fighting. So, and one day the wife came to me. She was completely desperate because she has reached a point where she wants to divorce the husband already. And both of them said, let's call it quits. Let's divorce. We cannot live under the same roof anymore. And she saw our ad and she said, I'm going to give one last shot because this program says miracle. I will give one last shot. If the miracle don't work, then I will divorce. So she came in. We worked on the husband and her together for about 1 month. All right. After 1 month, everything changed. Everything changed. They were so loving. The husband started to talk to her very nicely, soothing voice. And one fine day, one morning, she woke up and she found a love letter from the husband. Never in her marriage she ever received love letter in with her husband. The last time she received all these love letters when pak tor days, okay, not during marriage days. So today, both of them, they have healed their relationship, very peaceful, very loving, very harmonious. Yeah. So can this be done? Can. If you put your heart and mind into it, anything can be healed. All right. So I'm really happy for Iris because they were already on the verge of divorce, but they just came to us at the right time. And today they are still married and they are so happy together. I'm really, really happy for them. All right. And this is Elaine. Elaine, she's based in Malaysia. So, you know, in Malaysia, there's major lockdown right now, and a lot of businesses are going bankrupt because their lockdown is very serious, as in really you cannot travel. So many restaurants are closing down, and Elaine owns restaurant. And not only was she having a lot of problem during COVID because there was no business, because people are not allowed to go out. The worst thing is her business partner decided to pull out from the business and take out all his funds. So she was very desperate. Now business failing, partner ran away and left, just simply abandoned her to manage the business. And she was really on the verge of going to declare herself bankrupt. She saw our ad and she said, miracles, let me try. Okay. So she came in, she contacted us, we did the coaching, we did the healing, and she applied the miracles. And guess what happened? She said, suddenly a business investor came into her life very last minute. And this business investor has a lot of money and pumped in a lot of money to save her business. And the amount of money this new investor gave her was much more than the money that the other partner ran away with. All right. And not only that, this new investor trusted her so much, liked her so much, that he even opened more branches for her. And now, and this business partner is very savvy. He's a very seasoned and experienced business person. So he not only brought in money, he also brought in his expertise. And today she has new branches of restaurant, and she's doing very, very well. She told me she's doing very well. While other restaurants are closing down, she herself, her business is booming. Isn't that a miracle? There's no way you can do this, you know. I mean, there's no way you can do this. Am I right? There's no way you can do this. If this is not the act of God, I don't think this is possible. And when I say God, you don't need to be religious, because I know there are people who are not religious, right? And we have people, you know, from Buddhism background. We have people who are Catholic. We have people who are Muslim. When we talk about God, we're talking about the divine spirit. We're talking about the universe, all right? And the universe is always kind to everybody, and anyone can receive miracles, all right? And I keep this to the last because this is very amazing. This is Elaine Chan. Elaine Chan is actually a banker, all right, in Malaysia. So every year, as a banker, her sales target is 1 million. Can you imagine your sales target? That's a very huge sales target, 1 million. And if they don't hit 1 million, the next year they will be out. The bank will sack them because they cannot reach the target. You're out. It's a very cruel and cold industry. Very, very realistic. You don't bring in the money, we sack you, period. So a few years ago, she told me every year, sometimes she will short of 50,000. So what to do if you want to keep your job the next year? You short of 50,000. So you put in your own money. So every year she will put in some money just to hit 1 million, right? So that was what she said. But last year in Malaysia was total lockdown. You can't even see your client. So do you know that and in December, the financial year, the financial closing year is 18 December. Every 18 December, you have to hit 1 million. If you cannot hit 1 million by January, the bank was going to sack you. So the year before, last year, COVID, she was short of $500,000. $500,000. How to top up? How to take your $500,000 and top up inside? So she didn't know what to do, very desperate, and she think, sure lose my job, sure gonna sack next year, will never be a banker again. Saw our ad on 12 December. She started on 12 December, and because she was so desperate, right? She went into our program immediately and watched all the video as quickly as possible until very late. And she started to apply all the principles, all the things that I told her to do. She went ahead and do it. Do you know she hit $500,000 by 18 December? In 6 days. Who makes 500,000 in 6 days? Anybody here? Not? Anybody makes 500,000 in 6 days? Veron, last year you did very well, right? Last year you did very well, but you took 8 months, right? And we thought that you did very well. She did it in 6 days.
Amazing.
Amazing.
Truly miracle.
This is a total miracle. And not only she hit 500,000 in 6 days, do you know her sales was in excess and overflowed to next year? And she told me, she said, if not for COVID, right, she will fly down to Singapore and visit me personally. All right. So of course, everybody wants miracles, but you hear our stories, right? They work for it. It's not 500,000 drop from the sky. It's not like that. They really work for it, right? So if you want your financial blessings, you want your emotional blessings, your marriage blessings, your health blessings, all the techniques are the same. In fact, how Elaine use it is the same. How Aini use it is the same. Whether we heal cancer or we heal your bank account, is the technique is still the same. All right. But the thing is, we must work for it. All right. It cannot, miracles don't happen to lazy people. Lazy people won't get miracles. Okay. All right. So I'm going to introduce you my life work because I love miracle healing so much that I have made it my life work. This is really what I love to do. And this is the central theme of my life. All right. My whole life is just about miracle. And I will give up anything just to teach miracles. So I have this amazing program. And I think this is the only miracle healing program in the world because I don't think you have heard of anybody teaching, right? I don't think anyone is teaching miracle healing. So this is based on my 25 years of experience. All the healing work that I've done for the last 25 years, I have put into this program. And this is inspired by the Holy Spirit, who is, I consider, the healer of all healers. He is the master healer of all. And when I talk about Holy Spirit, I don't want you to think that this is a religious cause. This is not a religious cause. The Holy Spirit is a divine spirit, which is part of the universe, is part of me, is part of you, is part of everywhere. In fact, all religion has divine spirit. All religion has a Holy Spirit. All right. So my work is inspired by Holy Spirit and my teaching is universal. Anybody can apply. We have Aini who's Muslim. We have students who are Christians. We have students who are Taoists. We have students who are what do you call that? Different types of religion. We have we also have Hindus, right? Anybody can come into this training because it is completely non-religious. All right. So not only will I teach you how to do the miracle healing, you will also get to work with me personally. You will get your one-to-one healing with me. There is a group retreat. You attend the retreat. I will teach you how to do the healing. And then at the same time, you will get a healing with me. What the same healing that I do for all my students. All right. So how much is this program? Well, I have a lot of programs. I have a lot of psychology programs. It's pretty standard that most of my program is 1994. This is what I've been charging for many, many, many years. But today, very special, 499. All right. So if you think that you would like to create miracles in your life, you want exceptional results, you want joy, you want freedom, you want peace, please join me. And I really encourage you to join me. So see you at my Miracle Tribe. And my Miracle Tribe is a learning community where everyone is a trained miracle worker. All of them are all trained in miracle healing. So when you become a student of mine, you're part of my learning community, you're part of my Miracle Tribe. And this is an amazing place because every time somebody has a particular issue, they just go into a Miracle Tribe and ask for healing. And all the students will come in and help you. There was one student in Malaysia. She went to the hospital for surgery. But unfortunately, when she went for her surgery, she contracted COVID from the hospital. Went to hospital to treat herself, but got discharged. And then suddenly she found COVID. Then she went back to the hospital. And the first thing she did was she went to the Miracle Tribe and said, I just got diagnosed with COVID. Can you all please pray for me? Everybody came in. So many students did the miracle healing for her. And do you know what she said the next day? The next day, I feel so great. No symptoms at all. And she was sitting at the hospital. The doctor said, you look very good, no? For a COVID patient, you look very radiant, and you have no symptoms, no pain, nothing. Blood test says COVID, but you don't look like you have COVID at all. And for her, she was in the COVID department, right? The section that was for COVID. She said she can see other COVID patients on in pain, suffering, groaning, and crying. And she was sitting down there, no pain, no symptoms, nothing, right? Why? Because all of us did the miracle healing for her, right? So when you come in as a student, you know that you are part of a very strong group who loves you, accept you, and heal you also. So if you are keen, come and join me, and I will love to teach you. And together, we will create miracles for your life. Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Nico. Thank you for your sharing. Thank you for all your testimonial. It was really, really miracle to have you in our group here.
Yeah, thank you. I have placed the link on the chat box. So if you'd like to attend my program, you can just click onto the link. So thank you so much, Veronica. You have been such a good friend. We know each other for many years already. And after so many years, you are still inviting me. Thank you so much, Veron.
Thank you. Thank you for accepting our request to be part of us. And you spend the 21 days with us. Thank you so much for your contribution. And now we have our last speaker. She's not able to be with us, but she has given us her video. I'm now going to share her video. Just hold on. Let me get the video out. Huh? All right. Enjoy.
Good evening, everyone. This is Meera, your flow and nirvana breathing teacher. My sincere apologies for not being able to be there this evening. This is because I have to be elsewhere, celebrating again World Sleep Day. Today is March 19th, so happy World Sleep Day to everyone. Now, my experience with this 21 days has been really, really a joyful and enjoyable one for me. I enjoyed sharing all the tips and the videos, and even all of you who reached out to me. I'm so happy that you reached out, asking a lot of questions and trying things out. So thank you. I hope I've been able to contribute something, some of the things that you could inculcate in your sleep, and you're getting good sleep. And of course, with all the other speakers sharing a lot of information. So just to recap a little bit, it's all about breathing, I would say, because it all starts with a thought, and the thought changes your emotion, and your emotion changes the way you breathe. So when you are angry, when you're sad, when you're upset, we do shallow breathing, and then what happens is that your cells are not getting enough oxygen to recharge, rejuvenate, and it clogs together and become a default cell, and that's when we have health issues. But when we are calm, we do deep breathing, right? When we do deep breathing, that is when our cells are being cleansed and it's being rejuvenated. It really takes away all the dirt, and you feel much more healthier, much more motivated, much more energetic. So this is what I was teaching you all about. It all comes about having a flow throughout the day. So a flow throughout the day is like whole day you are in a state where nothing, the outside chaos doesn't affect your inner chaos. So, and that is what leads to good sleep. Okay, so being in flow is doing something that you like. That means you're present to this moment right now, not thinking a lot of things. So when someone's sharing something with you, your mind is going somewhere else. No, be focused, absorb as much as possible, and enjoy the moment. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to quickly show you a video about flow, so you understand a little bit about how it came about and the whole philosophy about flow. Okay, just give me a minute.
In which a person performing an activity is flow code. Lesson number 3, flow definitions and examples. Hi, and welcome back. This is Max Flow. Let's take a look at some basic definitions and examples of the flow experience. Flow has been recognized throughout history and across cultures. The teachings of Buddhism and Taoism speak of a state of mind known as the action of inaction, or doing without doing, Wu Wei in Taoism, that greatly resembles the idea of flow. Also, Hindu texts on Advaita philosophy, such as Bhagavad Gita, refer to a similar state. The flow state has been described by the world's greatest thinkers. as the most productive and creative state of mind in which to work. In positive psychology, flow, also known as the zone, is described as a mental state of operation in which a person performing an activity is fully immersed in a feeling of energized focus, full involvement, and enjoyment. In essence, flow is characterized by complete absorption in what one does and a resulting loss in one's sense of space and time. The world-famous Hungarian psychologist Mihai Csikszentmihalyi was the one who actually coined the term flow state and describes flow in his own words: being completely involved in an activity for its own sake. Time flies, the ego falls away. Every moment and thought follow inevitably from the previous one. Your whole being is involved, and you're performing your skill to its uttermost. On the other hand, an American author, Stephen Kotler, wrote, "When doing what we most love converts us into the best possible version of ourselves, and that version hints at even greater future potentials, the urge to explore these potentials becomes a feverish compulsion." Rice and Haworth concluded in their research that the experience of flow is about allowing oneself to merge with the moment and open up to creativity, imagination, and wisdom, rather than chasing after a goal or specific result. Father of positive psychology, Martin Seligman, postulates that an investment in learning optimism and hope, practicing gratitude, and being more mindful can cultivate a deeper sense of fulfillment and well-being, and that true authentic happiness derives from raising the bar for yourself, not rating yourself against others. Intrinsic motivation goes through the roof. Thus, flow becomes an alternate path to mastery without misery. Studies done on athletes experiencing the zone also show that their brain waves are similar to the brain waves experienced in meditation. We can experience the flow state in whatever activity we are in. Some might enter the flow state while engaging in a sport such as skiing, surfing, basketball, martial arts, dancing, or running. Others might have such an experience while writing, singing, or on a business meeting. Flow, or being in the zone, is a state of optimal perception, a state of being that creates a foundation for deeper inner peace, a sense of empowerment, natural expression of authenticity, and optimal performance. A few examples of flow state descriptions. It is a state of performance with zero friction, zero viscosity, and superconductivity. It is a state of absolute harmony and endless energy. I felt as though I was driving in a tunnel. I reached such a high level of concentration that it was as if the car and I had become one. It was almost as if we were playing in slow motion. During those spells, I could almost sense how the next play would develop and where the next shot would be taken. Flow ecstasy is an altered state where our normal waking consciousness vanishes completely, replaced by an intense euphoria and a powerful connection to a greater intelligence. The way to learn the most is when you're doing something with such enjoyment that you don't notice that the time passes. Going with the flow is responding to cues from the universe. When you go with the flow, you're surfing life force. In their own ways, with different languages, techniques, and applications, everyone has been quietly seeking the same thing: the flow.
So that is all about flow. So being in flow is to declutter the mind, which means remove all the thoughts, be present. And that's when you really enjoy the life force. Okay, so before I go, I would like to quickly share with you my upcoming a couple of events that I have. Some of you have already joined me. I have got a couple more plays. If you really like to come and be part of it, it'll be great. So the upcoming events, I'm having, the power of breath that I was talking to you about, power of breath to lead to sleep, which is happening on March 25th and 26th. It's a focus group. It's a small group. I have got a couple of places more if anyone would like to join. It is on 26th and 25th and 26th, 8 p.m. to 9:45 p.m. And the cost is 147, as I mentioned. And you get 7 days of, you have 1 month of free usage of Flow Hub 7 and 7 days guidance via WhatsApp. And if anybody has got extra things that you talk about, I also will coach you on, separate calls. But for all our participants who attended the 21 days challenge, I'm making it exactly half, which is $75. So if you feel you want to be part of this, please do come. This is going to be a very focused sleep group with very focused results. Then the other one that I'm having in the month of April will be I Create, which is a program on goals and visions for the next 9 months. So if you're keen to join this, please do let me know. We all have a mission and we have a purpose and we have got goals to create, and sometimes we don't fulfill those goals. And I take you through this with that flow technique. So the cost is $50, but for all our participants here, I will only be charging $45. Okay, so these are my 2 events that's coming up. So please let me know if you're keen to join. Just message me. You have my telephone number already. So without further ado, I would like to say goodbye and good evening. Thank you, Veronica, once again. Thank you, participants, for allowing me to coach you. So let's flow together and make life a better place to live. Bye-bye, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you. So finally, we have all the speakers share with us already. Now it is really time's up already, I think. It's already 8:24. We're left with 6 minutes. Is there any questions you want to ask any of our speakers here? We have Dawn here. We have Nico here. I'm not sure if Ujiwala is still here. But Michael is at Adelphi here. If you want Michael, I'll call him here. Is there any questions for anybody?
Okay, I'm Sebastian. I want to ask Nico. I joined the program and I don't know what to do. Because I'm a bit busy lately, and I have watched some of your program. It's very inspiring and I like it, So what would be involved? What should I be more involved in after I join the program? I don't know what to do. And I don't have the special WhatsApp group in the traps. I am not in the group yet, So maybe
there is no WhatsApp group. We have a learning community that is based on the Facebook. Are you on that?
Facebook, I'm in Facebook already.
Yes, correct. Yeah. So all the materials are there, the guidebooks are there. So everything is made so simple. Sometimes it's so simple that people they are not expecting it to be so simple. That's why they don't know where they're going, because they think they come in, right? There's a lot of steps, but we made it so simple that people don't believe how simple it is. People
simple also become problem.
Yeah, it's so simple that people can get lost because they are expecting a lot of things, but actually there's nothing complex about it. So the videos and all the training materials are placed there one after another. Everything is all very organized, very well organized. So people just need to go through step by step. They will be able to get everything. So in case you even get lost, even how simple it is, you still get lost, right? It's okay. Send us a message and we will guide you through.
Okay. I still yet to finish. I just finished a few of them, but still a lot to go through. It's very nice. I like the video.
Okay, thank you. It's very easy. I know some people, it's so easy that until some people don't believe how easy it is.
Okay, any other questions from any of the participants? We left with 3 more minutes to go. So before we end, Candy, are you able to take a group photo? Is it okay if every one of you switch on your video? Every one of you switch on your video and then we do a group photo. All right, it's a last session. We will not meet again like this until next year. All right, we only organize once a year. This is the second time we organize it. So it's only once a year. Switch on your video. And Candy, can you take some photo?
I got a question to ask Nico again. Sorry. Can I ask Nico? I still haven't got the right timing yet to join your 3-hour program, is it?
Yeah, okay. The retreat.
It's a 3-hour program in the course, is it?
Yeah, that's a live session with me.
Oh,
So it's a very personal session with me where I get to know you very well, and you also get to know me very well, and that's where you get your healing.
yes, one-to-one session, is it?
It's a group coaching, but within the group coaching, you will get your one-to-one session.
Okay,
Everybody will get a one-to-one session with me.
I see. 3 hour lah. But I cannot find the right timing because I'm busy on most of the schedule now. I have to
It's okay. Yeah, no need to rush. We have other dates coming up, so you select the dates that are comfortable for you.
Okay.
Yeah. If any question, just message the support team in the Facebook. They will come and help you already.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so if no other question, please switch on all your videos so that Candy is able to take a group photo. Is there any other question? If you have, you can always put in the chat or you can unmute yourself. I have the pleasure of learning from Mira, Vasanti, Ujiwala, yoga movement, breathing, food for the body, and how to take care of our body. From Dawn and Nico, I learned to be mindful about my thoughts, my body. Thank you so much, Cecilia, for your long testimonial. Candy, can you copy and paste this testimonial in the 21-day group chat? So those people who didn't attend, at least they get to read Cecilia's testimonial, all right? Okay, so switch on your video. We are going to...
Veronica, Cecilia's testimonial, I think she sent it to you, not to me.
No, it's to me only.
Yeah.
No, to everyone.
To everyone?
Yeah, it's in the chat.
Oh, that one, Cecilia.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's in the chat. All right, so shall we take a video, a photo now, a group photo? And
yes.
Thumbs up.
Yes. You exit your screen, everything.
I exit my screen. What do you mean?
Oh, screen, share screen. Yeah, right.
All right.
Okay.
So, thumbs up. Thumbs up.
Thumbs up. Until when I say stop.
Okay, 1,
2, 3.
Yes. So we have
one more. Page 2. One more.
1,
2, 3.
Very nice. Very nice.
Okay, one more time. A few more. Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Very nice. So, so much, everybody. We want to say bye-bye to you. You sleep well. And if there's any other questions, our group chat will still be on until probably end of this month. We'll close it. All right. Until end of this month, we'll close it. And do remember to come to Adelphi to do your sure win lucky draw. The pillow has already been given away already. So we still left with the eye mask and a pair of socks for you to be lucky. All right. Come to visit us at Adelphi and have your sure win draw. Okay, thank you so much once again to all the speakers. Thank you, Dawn. Thank you, Nico. Thank you, Ujiwala. Thank you, Mira. Thank you, Michael and Vasanti. All right, thank you so much, everybody. We look forward to see you again next year, 21-day quality sleep challenge next year. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Veron. Thank you, Candy, and thank you, every speakers and everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Take care.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.